So, when I say print and packaging, what pops into your head? You probably picture an old, clunky newspaper press, right? Or maybe a dusty factory. Well, get ready to completely reboot that image. Because what a lot of people write off as an old-school industry is actually smack in the middle of a high-tech, sustainable revolution. And honestly, the numbers don't lie.
First, let's just get a sense of the scale here. We're talking about a commercial printing industry that's not just getting by, it's projected to be worth over $443 billion by 2028. That is a huge and growing global market. So yeah, this idea that print is just fading away, it just doesn't add up.
And that really brings us to the core question of this whole explainer. If this industry is so massive, why does almost everyone think it's on its last legs, being totally replaced by all things digital? Well, the truth is, as usual, a whole lot more interesting than that.
Here's the key. The industry isn't dying at all. It's transforming. It's being completely reborn from the inside out. And this rebirth is being driven by two really powerful connected forces: a global demand for sustainability and, you guessed it, a massive wave of digital technology.
Okay, first things first. Let's talk about the main driver behind all this change, this global push for sustainability. And look, this isn't just a buzzword anymore. It is a powerful force that's reshaping entire industries, and print and packaging is right at the heart of it all.
And this pressure isn't just coming from the outside. You've got major industry players like ColorCon saying it right here: sustainability is their #1 priority. This throws the changes happening from within. The whole supply chain, from the folks making the ink to the ones making the boxes, they're all jumping on board to meet new rules and, of course, new customer demands.
The big idea, the philosophy guiding this whole transformation is the circular economy. The goal is pretty simple, really. Move away from that old take, make, waste model we're all used to. The new focus is all about designing things that can be reused, repaired, and recycled, keeping materials in the loop for as long as possible, and hitting the brakes on environmental damage.
And this chart just lays out the urgency perfectly. If you look at the EU, paper and cardboard make up over 41% of packaging waste. Plastic adds another 19%. So between just those two, you're looking at 60% of the entire problem. It makes them the obvious targets for innovation. If you can solve the waste problem for these materials, you're making a huge dent.
And this isn't just some feel-good voluntary effort. You've got serious regulations, like the EU's new Packaging and Packaging Waste Regulation, the PPW, and it's creating legally binding deadlines. Get this, by 2030, all packaging in the EU market has to be designed for recycling. This is forcing a complete overhaul, a total redesign for any company that wants to sell in one of the biggest markets in the world. There is just no getting around it.
So, you've got these new rules and new consumer demands setting the stage. How exactly is the industry responding? Well, with a huge wave of what you could call circular innovation. We're talking incredible new materials and completely new ways of doing business.
So one of the biggest shifts is moving away from things like multi-layer laminates. You know what I'm talking about. Think of a chip bag with all those layers of plastic and aluminum fused together. Yeah, it keeps the chips fresh, but it's impossible to recycle. The new way is all about monomaterial packaging, made from a single, simple-to-recycle polymer. Just that one change in design can boost how much gets recycled by up to 40%. That's massive.
And it goes way beyond that. We are seeing an absolute explosion of incredible new biomaterials. I mean, think about this for a second. Protective packaging that is literally grown from mycelium, that's the root structure of mushrooms. Or how about edible films made from seaweed and high-barrier papers that have these water-based coatings that protect food just as well as plastic, but you can toss them right into the paper recycling bin. It's amazing stuff.
But, this innovation isn't just about swapping out materials. It's about rethinking the whole system. Companies are now building reuse and refill models right from the very beginning. That means creating durable packaging that's meant to last, setting up easy ways for us to return it, and, this is the crucial part, giving us a real reason, like a discount or reward points, to actually participate and bring that packaging back.
Now you might be sitting there thinking, okay, that all sounds great, but how is any of this possible on such a massive global scale? And the answer is that second huge force we talked about, a deep digital transformation. Technology is the engine that's making this new circular economy a reality.
Just look at the explosive growth of print on demand. This market is set to grow over 600% in less than a decade. Why? Because it completely flips the old model of mass production on its head. Instead of printing thousands of things and just hoping they sell, companies can now produce exactly what's needed, when it's needed. This just slashes waste and overproduction.
And print on demand is really just one piece of this giant digital puzzle.
You have AI that's automating workflows and spotting defects in real time. Digital printing is allowing for incredible personalization, even on a huge scale. And 3D printing is becoming a totally mainstream solution for on-demand parts. Every single one of these technologies is working together to make the industry smarter, faster, and way less wasteful.
And this is where the physical and digital worlds really, truly connect. Thanks to the EU's new digital product passport, every single package will soon have a unique digital marker, like a QR code, that basically tells its entire life story. You'll be able to scan it and see what it's made of, how much of it is recycled, and exactly how you can recycle it. This creates a level of transparency and, frankly, accountability that we have never had before. So when you start to put all of these pieces together, the big push for sustainability, all the innovation in new materials, and the sheer power of digital tech, a really clear picture of the future of print and packaging starts to come into focus.
So what's the bottom line here? What are the big takeaways? First, just forget those old stereotypes. Print is a massive, high-tech industry. Second, this whole revolution is being fueled by the powerful demand for sustainability. Third, digital technology is the indispensable engine making it all work. And finally, what this all means is that the packaging you see and touch every single day is becoming smarter, greener, and way more personal.
So the next time you unbox a delivery or grab something off a shelf, take a closer look at the package. Is it just a piece of trash to be thrown away? Or, after everything we've talked about today, is it actually a pretty sophisticated piece of technology that's been designed to be part of a much more sustainable future? It's something to think about.